Okay, so that was a lot easier. I'm going to see if that works now. You can see the screens. You can hear me. I can hear myself. Let's go and check out the YouTube. Let's check out the YouTube. Yes. Okay, so we are streaming. Check it out. That's awesome. Yo, guys. So, yeah, it's Monday morning. It's June 12th, and it's kind of a big day. This week is, I mean, everybody keeps saying it's like what, like, it's the week, right? It's the week that we might get the skip or the pause, and you know, between you and I, like, the spaghetti models don't lie. So if it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. Either way, that I'm stoked about either of those outcomes. So as long as we just trust the spaghetti models, it is going to work out for us. And so let's just get right into it. So actually, let's go over here. There's a lot going on this week. So let's just move here. All right, how can I get here with y'all? Let's get to boom, boom, boom. All right, anyway, so you can see. So let's just do this, okay? Let's just recap. Here we are. This was Friday. So if you are just joining the stream, if you're just trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing here, my name is Travis Webster, and I have been trading in the CFD, Forex, and, general equities market for about 5.5 years. Seriously, for about 3. And it's taken me the last 2.5 years to really dial in the spaghetti models that you see on this right here. So this basically these spaghetti models that you're looking at right here, which are basically a series of like 7 or 8 moving averages that I've dialed in over 2.5 years to fit the way that I trade, the way that I follow momentum, and the way that I kind of ride the direction and know when we're going to get out and stop. So I'll go over this in actual long form video, but when we're streaming, I'll be going over the strategy. I'll be going over each of these lines, why I'm getting in, why I'm getting out of a trade, and doing as such. Just know this is an indicator. These are indicators. Does not mean it's a buy signal. Does not mean that is a sell signal. None of that is. All an indicator means is that this is indicating to whomever is watching it whether or not the price action is looking like it's going to go up or going down, right? That's all an indicator is meant to. So if you're trading on an indicator, an RSI, a MACD, or any other kind of system that's offering you buy sell signals, just knock that off, because an indicator is exactly what it is. It's giving you an indication of something that's to come. It's not exact proof, exact science. So I've got mine dialed into how I trade. It's been really profitable for me in my live accounts, and now we're going to do a top step combine because it's time to kind of level up the game, get more money, get funded, and actually start trading with bigger size. So if you are excited about that and you want to kind of come along the ride with us and do some of this with us, then I say us. It's me and these charts and whoever's watching, and we're just going to basically go trade for trade as I take these, so you can start seeing kind of where that rhythm is, where the flow is, why these executions happen, so that you can inform your own trading strategy and hopefully make that start working for you in a funded or a live account setup. So just know all that going into it. These are the spaghetti models. This is what we're dealing with. But let's go over to the economic calendar real quick, and you guys can see. Actually, let's do this. I gotta switch these screens up so this is easier for me to get with. And yeah, so here's the other thing too. If you're chatting, I'm still not exactly sure. I mean, I've got my screen so I can kind of look at some, but I don't have it front and centered. I don't have like a chat pop up. So if any of you guys know how to get the chat pop up on my screen where it's not constantly in everybody's face that is watching this, but I can see it so I can talk with you, then let's do that. But if it seems like I'm just kind of all over the place with trying to find chat, it's because I have no idea where it is. So I'll try and interact as much as possible. But anyway, so let's get into the economic calendar. I use trading economics. It's just simple. It's easy. It gives me just clear results here, and I like it. So let's just go through this week really quick and look at some of the key highlights. So the biggest thing that you need to check out is we did have, I think this morning we had inflation on UK inflation, because it moved pretty hard around 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah, we didn't have anything. So anyway, as you get into today, you can kind of just see there's a lot of stuff happening with the notes, a lot of stuff happening with the bills, and that's going to cause price action to be crazy volatile. But this consumer inflation expectation right here, this isn't a huge number, but this is going to really drive. I think this is going to be a bigger data set than most people think. So you've got this inflation expectation, right? And this is, in my opinion, this is what we're going to hear if not this skip week, not this pause week, but the following week, or the following month when Powell gets on and decides to cut rates, if we're going to get a pivot or not. So I think this is going to really drive the next 30 days of what we're looking at with price action from the Fed. 8:30, basically you got consumer confidence. So this is going to be a pretty big one. I feel like this is going to be way lower. I think we're getting to the end of everybody's credit lines. So I think that people's consumer confidence and willingness to spend is going to start going down. I don't think people are getting as many credit card loans. I think that it's going to start tightening, get harder to see. So I think this is going to be a pretty significant number. We'll see how that works out. Then you got tomorrow, Tuesday, unemployment rate in the UK. That's going to be early. That's going to drive a lot of our pre-market where I like to trade, that leading up into the overlap. And let's see what's happening at 8:30. So we got inflation, core inflation. So we got this Tuesday is going to be a big day. And honestly, I think that at 8:30 on tomorrow, we're going to see for sure if Powell's going to pause or if they're going to actually hike rates again. And then for me, it's interesting data. It's interesting to see what they're doing. But honestly, the way that we trade, the way that our indicators move, and how we trade both long and short, the whole way up, the whole way down, we can wait out that data, wait out the big moves, and then catch our spaghetti models as they're crossing over, and actually capitalize on each of these data sets. So as much as people are sitting here freaking out about hitting the bottom and it going up or going down, that's just not how I trade. That's not how I don't want to rely on if we're in a bull market or a bear market. What I want to do is just take money from the market every day as much as possible. That's literally my only goal, is to wake up, take $500 to $10,000 out of the market, take a chunk of that liquidity, put it in my own account, and then move on to the next day and find more price action. So core inflation, this is gonna be a big one. This one we might actually see a massive movement, massive volatility. This would be a good day to trade on the backside. You also have CPI, Red Book. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. Then Wednesday, not much going PPI, so that's going to move us. Golly, I mean, it's just big. Oil. So we got. And then when does Fed chairs? When does Powell talk? Does Powell actually get on here this week? We got retail sales. Yeah, Philly Fed. That's gonna move it too. Actually, they're already predicting down 10. So where are we into? Thursday, Friday? Do we have Friday talking? No. So I thought we had. I thought we actually had Powell talking this week. Anyway, all right. It is what it is. It's 9 o'clock. Let's just look at the charts, because honestly, that is all that matters with our strategy. Let's see. Yeah, move over here. Let's move over. Boom. All right, so check it out. So what I want to show you this morning is a couple of trades I took. And when I say trust the spaghetti models, I mean trust the stinking spaghetti models, because this morning I was an idiot and took a couple of mobile trades thinking that I was going to catch like a continuation or a reversal, and it just kept going against me. So starting in the morning, I had this sell. It was a nice flush. I only had, I had like my minimum size, which is basically two contracts. This is on the YM, or the Dow companies. So I took two contracts knowing that this had closed below this and we're headed for a crossover. It came down, it touched the 50 spaghetti, and basically I bailed, thinking, okay, I don't want to get caught in some kind of weird pre-market, you know, uh, bear trap. It's going to push us all the way back up here in one big flush. Looking at these previous candles that were happening, these are big bullish moves. So you got kind of like the slow and steady meltdown, crossover. I got the flush. I took out right here. I knew it was going to touch, so I basically let it touch, hoped for a continuation. It didn't. It bounced back up, and I bailed. And you can see I didn't trust the spaghetti model, so I could have held this trade right here on this bounce and waited for it to cross back over what we know as the 10 moving out or the white spaghetti, right? This is it. So on a 1 minute chart, I could have just opened this up. But when you're trading mobile, you don't have access to just switch back and forth between your screens really fast in a live action trade. So in the 1 minute, that same trade, you can see how brilliant of a crossover move. I took this right here as it was crossing over the 50. So you had this 10 moving average crossing over the 50, took the trade, came down. I took profit right here as it touched over the 105. And then what I should have done is just held for this consolidation and let it cross over here and close above this line on the 1 minute as my exit point. I didn't do that. Instead, I was just trading mobile, got out for a quick profit, and I missed this entire move all the way down. And this right here, let's see if I can actually mark this up. Control A. Let's see if you can see this on the screen. This right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me double check. Can you see that? Nope, you cannot. All right, so I can't mark up. Use my normal markup. So let's use a tool here. So check it out. So this box right here, this is where I should have exited that trade. Okay? And so this is when I say trust the spaghetti models. Trust it, because like unless we're trapped in some weird range like what happened all last month, for the most part, when you start seeing these nice oscillations back and forth, you've got a crossover here on the 1 minute, which correlates with the 5 minute crossover. Come on, where in the world? Which correlates with this crossover here, right? So you've got this push down below the 10 on the 5, bearish indication. When you look over on the 1 minute, same thing, right? You got that nice bearish indication right here. And it is even more likely that this is going to flush. So I took this, had the trade, should have let it consolidate to the 10. I didn't. I got out thinking this is going to push back up. Instead, what happens, it does exactly what it's supposed to. Comes back over, pushes past through the 10 moving average, touches the 21 barely, just right here, touches this 21, and what does it do? Kaboom. This would have been another $100, $200 easy on 2 contracts, and then another consolidation, boom. Now another consolidation, boom, and then it starts getting tight. So this is going to slowing us down. You know we're waiting for a reversal, starting to look to get out. You get a cross over the 21. You get out here. Don't even worry about the rest of this nonsense. So it's one of those things. And so instead of doing what I know what I was supposed to be doing, I got out here and only looking at the 5 minute. I ended up trading for a reversal instead of just trusting that we're below this momentum, 10 moving average spaghetti model, and ended up missing all of this move and then looking for a reversal. So I'm looking at this 5 minute going, oh, this is going to bounce off of the 50, or this is going to bounce off of the 150 and start pushing back up. I take a nice buy contract along, and nope, keeps pushing down. I'm out. Comes all the way down here to the 105. Got this one. This is going to reverse. Take another long contract. Nope, starts reversing. I'm out. Same thing. And it's just constant on this thing all day. So finally, we get this nice move. You can see the crossover on the 1 minute, or this is the 5 minute. So you get this nice crossover move, a close this morning. So about right here in this area. I was down like $900, right? So $950. I was down because I made this nice move and then just gave it all up in little $200, $400 moves. Ended up seeing this crossover, got on my actual computer and was watching this, crossed over the 10 moving average, got in right here, let it come down knowing this was my stop. So the 38.90, right? So 38.90 was my stop out. This is a hard stop on this candle. So we're talking about this right here. Let's move this over. Can I move this? Here we go. So we're talking about this candle right here. My stop was going to be right at this level, this new kind of this new low of the day, of the morning. So I'm taking this right here. This was going to be my stop. I entered right here, right? And then just let it ride. Trusted the spaghetti models this time. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I could have touched this and got out knowing that that was a good resistance point. But I did what I was supposed to do and just let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. It comes over, it crosses the 10, and I'm out, right? So it crosses over the 10 on the 5 minute, boom, I'm out. I'm not even gonna care what happens next. And that's where we are. So yeah, so anyways, then I caught this other sell down here. So I think currently I'm down, let's see, I think I'm down like 400, 500 bucks at the moment. Yeah, 592. So I'm currently down 592, just because of all this stupidity that happened here. So because we're negative for the day going into market open, I can't take the big risks that I want to. So I've got this nice move here. We could be taking advantage of this, but the problem with this move is, let's move this back down. Yeah, so the problem with this current move and where we're at right now is that you've got a nice crossover on the 5 minute, right? So the 1 minute looks good. You've got this weird consolidation, this spike that should have continued down, at least a crossover. Nothing, continues up, right? So I caught this downward move, let this all ride. It looks like it's going to consolidate here all day or all morning into pre-market, but it's not. So now you've got a 5 minute crossover here, another 5 minute crossover here, and both of these lines are in between this kind of like the 50 range, still really close to this 150 line, and you have this equator line that I've got this basically long-term trend line way down here. So let's get rid of this low. So this line at the 3900 is a hard gravity line, meaning over the last 2, 4, 5 months, price action has gradually moved away from this and then returned back and consolidated around this 3900 on the Dow. Okay, so I know that we're close to this line. We're looking for a massive breakout today to push up and away, or we're going to sit here and trade in this range all day. So what I want to do is is wait for these bigger moves. So see this big divergence on the 10 on the 5 minute, another big crossover, big divergent. These small crossovers, these will get you into trouble every single time. You'll see her thinking, okay, we're crossovering, we're going to break out. And yeah, you could catch this move by accident, but this is not like an A+ setup. This is a B, C setup. You probably could make money like trading these, but for the most part, you're going to end up getting chopped out with this kind of like back and forth movement, thinking, oh, it's reversing, oh, it's coming back down, right? So you could, like I said, you could cross over on this, take this trade somewhere up here thinking, okay, we got a downward move. It flushes, you get really happy about it, and then boom, it just starts moving back up on you and reversing. So you would have got caught on this crossover. It's running now, though. It is running. Let's see. Gosh. Man, I want to FOMO this so bad. Yep, I want to FOMO that so bad, but I'm not going to. That would be how you lose all your money. All right, so I was gonna watch this a little bit. If we get a first real good pullback to this 10, if this 10 crosses the 35 spaghetti, so if we get a good crossover right in this region right here. So if I get this crossover, let's get a circle. Let's get an emoji. Yeah, let's do an emoji. If I get a crossover here. All right, I'm looking for a crossover here. If I get a crossover in this section, and then we get a nice pullback, you know, somewhere around 960s, 950s on a pullback and a touch of this 10, then at that point in time, I'll look to get in for the next move up to the highs. So to retest the highs going to market open. But I'm going to do that with real small size. So I'd probably only take one contract, just test it out, because going into market open, you'll get a lot of volatility and you'll get flushed out real quick. Meanwhile, I have got this coffee that's been sitting here. Golly, I've been smelling the coffee and nothing. All right, let's get this coffee going. Come on. Man, I mean, it's going. All right, so just to recap, it's about to be 9:15. We've got 15 more minutes left in the stream before market open. I'm going to close out before market opens because I need to focus on the trading during that time. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. So if you're watching this stream as a replay after the fact, just if you have a question about how I use these moving average lines with the RSI and the MACD as just kind of informants for me, let me know in the comments, because I'll be able to see that in retrospect, and when we go into tomorrow's live stream, I can answer those questions immediately right up front so that you can help trade along with me if you're interested in doing that and getting funded. Also, for what it's worth, I'm on the Top Step Combine. So on Top Step, the Step 1 program, so you got Step 1, we're trading a $150,000 Combine account. It's basically a demo account. This is not actual money in this account. So it's, I think, trading Combine, I think it costs like, I forgot what I'm paying. It's like $300 and something per month to get on with the $150,000 account, right? So it's like $350, and then it's $99 if you fail. So once you get past that, you go to, I gotta get $9,000 in this account in profit. I cannot trade. One of my single trades cannot be more than, I think, $4,500. So it can't be more. It can't be more than 40% of your total profit in that Combine time period. There is no time limits, I don't think. And in all that, I also then you go into a Step 2, which is kind of like a secondary evaluation to test your consistency. As long as you pan out and you can actually trade into, we've got a good flush happening here. I like this. 9:15 flush. We're below the 1 minute. Now what I want is, like I said, that pullback. Got a crossover. I want to pull back, and I'm going to take advantage of that and let it go. So I need this to come back a little bit farther. 39.50. I'm going to take a long position with one contract. I'm going to set a stop loss here at 24 pips. So you can see at 24 pips, every tick is worth $5. And my stop loss will be $120. I'll probably move that down once I get it, but you can see my max loss going into this trade is going to be here. I'm going to go ahead and take this buy right now. So I've got really good risk on this one. So I'm happy about this trade. Came down here, I touched it. I'm in on this trade right here. Exactly what was supposed to happen. Spaghetti is crossing right here. We got a good crossover. I'm in here at 39.52. Which is right here, which means I only have downside risk. Like if it starts crossing back over this line right here, I can get out with maybe like a $50 loss. This is a fantastic entry point for a long push, knowing that this could flush. Like we could get a hard flush. That's why you got your instantaneous stop. So if we end up getting like a ton of volume coming here right at like 9:20, and it pushes all of a sudden crazy down here, I'm out $120, right? My guess is that we're going to come down here, we're going to play around in this range, and we're going to push back up this morning. So you can see coming down here, we've still got room to 946. We've got room to 940. So at the 940 and then 937. So if it crosses, for me, if it crosses 937, that's going to be a manual stop loss in my head. However, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a retracement here going into the market open. So we're just going to let this play out. I forgot what I was saying earlier but, as this trade started flushing out. This is good, man. I like this. This is we're finally kind of back out of the stupid consolidation range. It was just driving me mad. All last month was just non-stop nonsense. I mean, I'm like, if any of you guys got caught in that trade, I mean, let's look at it. So I'm in this trade. I got a little bit of time, so let's look at this. This just absolute nonsense. This was all last month, man. This killed me. Like, I could not catch profit during this entire stupid range over here. Like, this whole consolidation here, all the way through this, I could not catch anything. It was so freaking frustrating. It was just like these non-stop. Look at how big of swings it is. Same thing down here. All like March was just brutal for me, just constant. So I like it when we've got really good. Like, this move was solid. This down day was solid. I like it when we've got at least some kind of momentum in one direction. If we get caught in ranges and we start just doing this like non-stop, no actual movement, trading within like a 200 point range on the Dow, it's awful. Like, that's when the spaghetti does not work because the band gets so tight. I mean, look how tight some of these bands were. So this is 2 days tight bands on the hour. I mean, these are just like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 days of just a really tight profile. So, all right, we'll go back out here. Looks like we're negative now. Is it coming down? It's trying to. So you can see too what's happening here. Let's move emoji guy out of the way. You can see the spaghetti. So now we've got a crossover event that's about to happen on the 5 minute, right? We're below that. This is an indication this is probably going to flush, right? So I can get out now at $45. I feel like I need to hold this. I still feel like this is gonna pump fake us and come back up, but it might come down here and touch 934 first. We will see. So you can see, yeah, 920. That's what I was talking about, volumes. Now we got volume here at this 920 candle to start pushing this thing around. Leading up into market open, you're going to start seeing some kind of direction. This is still looking pretty good, even on the 1 hour. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of the trade executions. Sorry if you're looking at those. Yeah, so 1 hour chart is looking solid still. We're not showing any signs of downward, so we're still have an acceleration curve happening here. So look at this 50. So we're right in this region right here. So you've got, this pretty hard drop, a lot of touching below here. This is probably the 200 moving average. I don't follow the 200 moving average. This is a 50. So this is, I don't know why this is bouncing off of this right here the last couple days, but you can see on the 1 hour there's still a lot of acceleration happening. We haven't hit the slowdown point yet, so this still has room to come up here and touch. Where's our next high? So our next high, let's go and just draw some lines here. We've got a possible here. Sorry, bear with me. I'm just drawing some levels, so let's knock this down. Let's get some dotted action going. Let's change this to yellow. What is going on? And let's draw these up here. Boom. Where are we at? We're all the way down here. So yeah, you can see the momentum. This is right here. Let's delete this guy. Delete. So I'm just going through. So I'm on a 1 hour chart, just drawing some levels here, some possible resistance points for the day. Drawing them just in a really light yellow color. Here's a low range. These are just rough. I'm just trying to get an idea of kind of where this could go today. This is yeah, that's a possibility. I like that one. Yeah, I like this one a lot. All right, so let's get back into our 5-minute. So now you can kind of see some of these levels. So now I don't have to scroll backwards. That's the only reason why I draw the levels. Some people like trust the levels, as an actual entry exit. I am not a person like that. I trust the spaghetti models, always. So I'm always trusting the spaghetti models. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, there's a flush. All right, so this is the point where I'm going to probably get out if we start going below this. And it looks like it really wants to. That's a lot. That's some heavy momentum. I'm going to go ahead and get out, I think. Yeah. What's going to happen here? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get out. I'm going to get out for $110 instead of $120 because it matters. It's probably going to reverse now and go crazy. But this is looking on a 5-minute chart. This is looking pretty bearish. So if you look at this is a 50 and the 35. We had a crossover event here on the downward direction. So it looks like we're going to enter into some, basically what I'm thinking is that we've got consolidation all day. So we got consolidation all day. If we go back and look at our economic calendar, you can see why. Browser. So if we go and take a look at this, today is the 12th. So here we are sitting here at 10 p.m. You've got, some British peeps talking about the economy. And then 11 a.m. to basically 11 to 1 looks like it's going to be pretty volatile. So we're all waiting for this. So 11 a.m. is when we're going to get some maneuvering today. Otherwise, I think that basically this is going to consolidate all day long and wait for tomorrow at 8:30, which is core inflation. That is what is going to happen today, and that sucks because that's not going to give me the opportunity to earn this money back. I'm just going to have to be dead in the water. So yeah. So here, see what I'm talking about here is, you can see this was Friday, some big moves, consolidation, big move pre-market today, right? So basically this is pre-market London. So this is Asian session, a lot of low volume. And then you got London session comes in here. This is pre-market London session, big move, London session opens. And you've got this reverse of the move. This is normally what happens during London session because the freaking British they're greedy. They're so freaking greedy. So you'll end up down here. The price action today is going to want to come down here and touch 600. But these guys will drive this price and manipulate it all the way up to the high of the previous day or the high of the Asian session, just so that they can start there and then take the rest of the move down. It's like, oh no, they're not allowed to have this move. We got to bring it back up and then flush it back down. It tried right here, actually. But yeah, so you can see this is all London session so far. London session's reversing up here. You're going to start to get another reversal around 11 o'clock. So around 11 o'clock, you'll start to see a sell-off or, people, solidifying their positions before they close out London session. But going into pre-market right now, so 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. is pre-market for most of the eastern United States in the New York session. So you can see London sell-off. Then you've got New York pre-market opens. A lot of the Dow company stocks are moving in here. And you've got all this action. So also, so this is the 1 minute here. Let's get out of this. You can see ES too. I'll show you what's going on. So the same thing with ES. Actually, let's get back into the YM here. Let's do ES on this chart. So it's the same thing, right? So same exact thing happened on ES today. So if you're trading ES, for the most part, my spaghetti models, I tried to trade ES in that first account. So if you go and look at some of my videos, for the first Top Step trading account, you can see that I failed that account because I was trading ES futures, so S&P futures, and you can see how much more crazy the spaghetti is on that versus the YM, right? So YM, big smooth lines. On the ES using spaghetti models, it's a little harder, right? So it's a lot more crazy, right? So you get trapped in these big swings that are. The thing with the ES is that you can get into a trade and it go up, and then you get these big flushes and then these big move back up. So there's within a single 5 minute on the ES, you can get like a 50 tick move just to consolidate back where the moving average line is. So you could get stopped out even when you have a good trade idea. And I can't trade ES because I don't like those single 5 minute candles being so much volatility within a single candle. I'd rather my 1 minute candle and my 5 minute candles kind of correlate to what they're doing, which is why I tried to trade YM or Dow. So you can see it's a little bit better on the Dow. You can see how this kind of stays below and it doesn't trade all the way through these candles. There's that flush. Where are we at? Yeah, 925, 937. Oh, 920. So if it's going to reverse right now, it's going to push right now. So you can see on the 1 minute over here, it's consolidating. If we're going to get a crossover, we'll push back up going into market open here in 20 seconds. Let's see what happens. If I was a betting man, I would go long right now. I'd take 8 contracts long. That would be my YOLO play. And out. Yeah, see? There you go. That would have been $1,000. We're good to go. End of the day. Yeah, some scalper somewhere just made a lot of money on that move. So it's 9:30. I'm gonna bail. I'm gonna start trading this a little bit, try and make some of my money back using exactly what I've told you. Is just waiting for those crossover events. I'm gonna let this settle down, figure out where the momentum's heading, and then trade into the spaghetti models. If you have questions about how I do that, like I said, either just send me a direct message somehow. I'm on Twitter at the drawdown_TW, or just send me a comment. You can find me. I'm online. So if you need to understand more about what these charts are telling you and how I'm reading these, just let me know, and I'll show you what's going on. But basically, I'm going to let this settle down on the 5 minute. It looks like we're still going to be moving in the upward direction today based off the 1 hour. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker candle right there. You got to be kidding me. That for me, that hurts my feelings a little bit that I didn't take that. We'd be $2,000-$3,000. So anyway, well, that's just how it goes, right? So anyway, I don't it's gonna still go. I'm gonna miss this whole move all day long because this is just gonna keep going all the way up here to like 3,400 or 34,000. Gosh dang. Anyway, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna get off because I need to trade this thing. I need to focus a little bit on my trades. I can't be chatting with you guys and trading at the same time. It's just not going to work out for me. But if you have questions, put it in the comments. I'll get back to them, I promise. Like I said, I really want to see a group of us hold each other accountable, make some freaking money, get funded together, and let's just go. I mean, it's not like trading is not difficult as long as you have a couple of trading buddies to move forward with. So if you're looking for a trading buddy and you're looking to make some money and get funded with the Top Step account, let's do it together. Here we are on day 2, and we're going to make this happen. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow morning, and I'll also probably do a recap. So take a look and subscribe to the channel so that you can get the updates when I post my recap for the day, because I'll probably take 4 or 5 more trades today as it goes along. And in that situation, you're going to want to see kind of where I ended up, where I took my trades. You can compare it against where you took your trades, and then we can talk about it tomorrow on live stream. All right, guys. See ya.